Is there a need for the annual Israeli Apartheid Week? Are Ethiopian Jews treated equally to other Jews in Israel? How much can South African youth contribute towards a peaceful settlement in Israel and Palestine? How does continued settlement building in the West Bank impact the peace process? What time is it? It is question time. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Mpho Tsedu. A 2015 survey by a Washington-based PEW Research Centre revealed a variety of findings about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Among others, the research says that Jews across the religious spectrum agree in principle that Israel can be both a democracy and a Jewish state. However, nearly half of Jewish Israelis want Palestinian citizens expelled or transferred from Israel. Another finding is that about 61% of Israeli Jews believe Israel was given by God to the Jewish people. Meanwhile, Israel president was quoted as saying the poll was a wake-up call for society and asked for soul-searching and moral reflection over some of its disturbing findings. Yesterday, we spoke to Pro Palestine activists. Today, we talk to pro-Israel activists. A reminder that we are live, therefore you can call us and air your views. The numbers to dial 089-110-4210, 089-110-4210, our Twitter handle @QuestionTime24. My guest today, Klaas Mokhomole, is a representative from Africans for Peace, and Ashaka Araro is a representative from Stand With Us. Well, let me welcome you both. How do I pronounce your name?
Ashage.
Ashage.
Yeah.
All right. Ashage, you are what is the world, or what the world would say, a black Jew, an African Jew.
Ethiopian Jew, yes.
Ethiopian
correct.
Jew, Falash.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. What's the difference between you and the other Jews?
There is no difference. We all practice the same religion. We are all Jewish. We are all living in Israel under the same law.
Okay. So, I had stories yesterday, very disturbing news, that people of your kind are not having it easy in Israel.
If you're talking about the problem of racism, is there racism in Israel? Yes, there is racism in Israel. But I feel it's a problem that happened all over the world. It's a very unfortunate problem, but it's something that everyone and every modern country is dealing with today. Okay. And what the Israeli government is doing is in order to fix it and working with the Ethiopian community in order to find the best way in order to solve this problem or minimize it.
Have you experienced racism in Israel?
Yeah, when I was very, very young by uneducated children. But I went through that, understanding that not everyone is like that. My personal circle is people who love me and care about me no matter which color we are. We're a very diverse group of people, and most of Israel think like that.
So do you have rights like, you know, other Jews that we know as Jews and Jews?
Of course, everyone in Israel, Israel is a democracy, meaning that everyone is obtaining by the same law, have the same right, and have the same responsibilities.
Okay. Well, Klaas.
Yes, sir.
You are a pro-Israeli South African youth. I had another fellow yesterday who had just come back from Israel, Itani Rasaranabo. Okay. He painted a very gloomy picture. What are your views?
Okay, you see, I like the way you started the show. You did a very good introduction. But the mistake you made is to do the divisions. Mm-hmm. The moment you start labeling people as pro-Palestine and pro-Israelis, see, that's a mistake that most of the people in the country make.
Okay.
We are not here as pro-Israeli. We are here as pro-peace. Because the moment you choose a side...
Well, that's what the group yesterday said. Well,
good.
Let's agree that those are my words.
Okay, then, good.
Okay.
Those are your words.
Yes.
Then, moving forward, this is how we need to address the issue. Let's call ourselves pro-peace. You know why we need to call ourselves pro-peace? That means we're going to take the mediation stance. We're not going to take a biased stance. Because if you check, and for example, the media always portrays things differently because the media doesn't take the pro-peace stance. We check other organizations. I'm still going to mention the names going forward. They also take the this one side stance instead of taking the pro-peace stance. So that's what we need to be pushing. So it's better to label us as pro-peace because what we're fighting for, what do we advocate for is peace.
Okay. Talk to us about the peace that you're advocating for. What kind of peace?
Nice one. Look, what is it that we need? We need to see all these conflicts stopping. We also want to see people obviously living in peace. So what do we mean by living in peace? We don't want to have all these civil wars, all these bombings, all these stabbings that we see all the time, all these misinterpretation of things, all these preachings that we see all the time in the newspaper articles, all these other injustices that we've seen that are preached by organizations like BDS. So that's what we are trying to avoid. We need to have a peace stance, and a peace stance means people are going to be free to preach the truth.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what are your views about Israel? Like I said yesterday, we had guests here who are saying Israel is oppressing Palestinian people.
Okay, let's do this because now the reason why is because this week is IAW, Israel Apartheid Week. Here's what you need to do. If you want to compare both Israel and South Africa, what you need to look at is the difference. Let me just address the issue of Israel. For example, in Israel, the judicial system, we have both Arabs and the Jews in the judicial system. In the universities and the schools, there are no segregations there. We have races across everywhere. So also the other issues that you need to look at, like the religious practices that are allowed in Israel. We have Israel is the only state in the Middle East that allows gay rights. Understand? So did you have that in South Africa? Did you have the blacks in the judicial system during apartheid time? Did you have the blacks and whites in one institutions during apartheid time? Did you have blacks and whites sharing schools and buses? We never had that. That's why I'm saying it's a different thing, and we need to also take a different approach on that.
Okay, where is the world getting it wrong?
Nice, another nice question.
Okay, I'm asking nice questions today.
Good. The world is getting it wrong here. The media preaches a different gospel.
No, we don't preach gospel, and I'm media. I'm going to speak on our behalf now.
Can I give you just a small example about the media? 2 days ago, there was a terror attack in Israel.
Yes.
10 people were stabbed. You know what is the most headlines that we saw? Israeli shot down 3 Palestinians. No mention of the fact 10 people were stabbed. Like Israel got up in the morning and just decided to shoot down Palestinians. Okay. That's when the media got it wrong.
Did they die?
The Palestinians.
The 10?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The 10 2 were dead and 3 are critical injured. 8 are injured in several levels.
Okay, let me get into that. I echo the sentiments. You see, I like the fact that you're going to take the blame for all the media houses in South Africa.
I'm not taking the blame.
Because I want to say you're media. Okay.
Yes, I want to tell you how we operate.
Okay, that's how I'm going to put it. How much do you know about the conflict? In fact, you see, if you read much about the conflict, you realize that most of the articles that you've read preaches one side of the story. You never get articles about the issues that led to maybe the civil wars that have started, issues about where the archaeological history has started and why we have this at the end of the day. All the time you always see that...
Well, I'm fairly well read, eh?
And that's the thing. What I'm saying is that how often do you read about, for example, if you check the wars, who started the war? Who shot the first rocket? You see? Why did Israel maybe reply? And all those things. Why are we having maybe babies being shown on TV during the wars? See,
okay, so you agree that Israel has shot and killed babies?
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
Then can I justify why? maybe what led to that.
Okay, you want to justify the killing of
No,
the
not the killing,
kids?
but what led to that. Can I tell you what led to that?
You will do so. Let me take anonymous caller on the line. Anonymous, welcome. You are in Pretoria.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'd like to find out from the panelists what they think about America's imposition of Israel on the people of Palestine and the surrounding people. And also, why is it that the people who occupy Israel now look so different from the people surrounding them? Are they indigenous people or are they Europeans coming to that nation under shame as being the indigenous people?
Okay, let me get an Israeli to answer that.
Can you just repeat the question? I didn't understand.
Well, he's saying, what do you think of the imposition of America? Well, Israel is being imposed by the U.S., he says, on people of Palestine.
Israel is doing the best that they can in a very struggle situation. In this situation, we are working both to alleviate the Palestinian people as much as we can while we keeping our security. The United States is a great ally of Israel, helping it out in order to maintain the situation right now. It's a very complex situation, but at the end of the day, what Israeli wants, what is all Israeli citizens want, is peace. That's what we pray for, that's what we dream for, that's what we work for every single day.
Did you serve in the Israeli Defense Force?
Yes.
Did you go to the checkpoints?
During my service, I wasn't at the checkpoint, but I've been in checkpoint generally.
Have you shot at Palestinians?
No.
Would you have?
No. The question, if I would shoot a random Palestinian, of course not. If a Palestinian was killed, it's not an innocent person. He's a terrorist. If the only reason a soldier, any soldier, will raise his gun and shoot someone is in order to defend himself. This is the Israeli way. We go more beyond in order to protect civilian life. We do everything in order to protect innocent life. To continue to what he said about killing. Israeli doesn't kill innocent people.
Okay.
Hamas is using his own civilians in order to protect himself. Israel is using the soldiers to protect the civilians. This is the difference between us.
Okay. We're taking a quick break. When we return, I'll give you that opportunity. Okay. Just hold it there. We're taking your calls. The number to dial 089-110-4210. This is Question Time.
Technology isn't all scary. There's also fun stuff like gaming.
Lots of women do play games, whether it's on their phones or their tablets.
Then there are Africans who are using new tools to make other people's lives much easier.
We typed the whole CV on a small, QWERTY Nokia phone.
For all these and other technology and social media news, join me, Spumelele Zondi, every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central African Time on SABC News.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. My guest, Klaas Mokomole, is a representative from Africans for Peace, and Ashaga Araro is a representative from Stand With Us. Is it Stand With Us or Stand With US?
No, stand with us.
Oh, okay. Let me give you that opportunity to respond to what you wanted to say.
Okay, as I was saying, that the media never shows that Hamas in Gaza will fire rockets from maybe a hospital or a school. But they only show that Israel replied maybe by firing rockets back, and they're only going to bomb that school. They don't show that actually the first rocket was fired from the school. And obviously when Israel replies and bombs that school, they're going to show maybe children dying, understand? So you see, there's a problem we face now.
Okay. And you're blaming us. Francois, you are in the Eastern Cape.
Good day.
Welcome, Francois.
How are you?
I'm well. Thank you very much for the call.
First up, yes, a pleasure, man. First up, Paul, you are very much objective, and that's why this show is one of the best.
Thank you very much, Francois.
There you are, Mpho for starters. I'm not, a gloomy person or a negative person.
Thank you
Question
very much.
is, will there ever be peace? I would say, if you go back to the Bible,
Yeah.
no. Why?
Okay.
Israel. If you go to the Bible and you read the history about Israel, what's going to happen, at the end of the day, we will be heading towards the final war. That's Armageddon.
Yes.
And that is the final war. That is where, you will find the divide between those who actually followed the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, Jacob is actually Israel.
Okay.
And then there we will see actually who is who. The only two countries right now as we speak, that is for Israel. It's America and England. Now my prayers are always going out for Israel, America, and England. Why? Because England and America, they actually stand up for Israel, and they are very much vocal. They understand what is happening. I say it again, and I'll stick by it. If you want to understand the history as far as Israel is concerned, go to the Bible. It will tell you in detail. That's a blueprint that will tell you all about Israel. Because why? The Bible is actually, whether it's written how many years ago,
Yes.
it's still the blueprint.
Okay.
It's actually factual, and it gives you a detail as to what is happening and what is going to happen still. This is my contribution tonight.
Thank you
Bless
very much for the call. Bless you too, Francois. Let me talk to you. What do you think will bring about peace in Israel and Palestine?
I feel like education is the road to peace. Once people be educated about the true conflict and understanding and learning to love each other, not hate each other, this is the only way we achieve peace. Once the Palestinians understand that the only way to achieve peace is sit down in the negotiation table and agree there is compromise in both sides that have to be done, that's when we achieve peace.
Well, Palestinians are saying there will be peace if we get our land back.
Palestinians say, I will say in 2005, Israeli have reduced for the Gaza Strip. 6,000 families were ripped down from their house. Israeli soldiers took mothers and children out of their house. Tombs, they were at a synagogue in the cemetery. They have to take the tombs and put it to the other place. Those people still don't have a home. But we did it because we truly believe that will bring peace.
Okay.
And what we got in return? We got rocket, we got terror, we have stabbing. That's what we got in return. I wish it was about land. If it was about land, we finished a long time ago. This is about hating.
Okay.
It's about not agreeing that the Israeli have the right to have a state.
Charity, you are in Pretoria.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome, Charity.
Okay, I wanted to ask, are those people really Israelis or are they Europeans who have invaded land and are using the Bible to support them?
Well, he is not, but she is Israeli.
It's very important to understand that Israelis...
Well, Charity, are you still on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line.
Oh, talk to her. Here she is.
I said, are those people really Israelis?
Talk to her.
Yeah, we are
Hello?
Israelis. The Jewish people are indigenous.
Really Israelis or are they Europeans who have invaded land?
Yeah.
And are now using the Bible to support them?
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you very much, Charity.
I'm saying the Jewish people are indigenous to the Israeli state. Meaning that if we listen to other caller before that, there were always Jewish present in Israel, in the state of Israel. There were always Jews present.
Okay.
Meaning we can't compare it to colonialism because we never had a colony. It is just blameless accusation. There was never something like that.
Are you a target of terror in Israel? You in particular?
Meaning, because what? every single Israeli. I'm saying Israeli because terror doesn't differentiate between Arabs and Muslim and Christian and Jews. Everyone
right now
is
there are stabbings. Would you be a target for stabbing?
Yeah, like every other Israeli.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at some of our tweets here. We'll look at our way forward. Andrew, Israel does not at any level respect the sovereignty of Palestine. Okay, that's Shingwe Andrew there. Let's get our second tweet there and see what it says. Well, whilst we're getting it, okay. So that class boy needs a real class that will educate him on the true history. Where did you get him? The Israeli embassy? Wow, okay. Third question, Mpho says you did not answer anonymous caller's question on why Israeli Jews are Caucasian and not Semitic like Mid-Eastern people. Okay, let's just keep it there. We'll address it right now. I want you to respond to one or two of those. We'll deal with this one just now.
Okay, especially the one that addresses to me as a class of education. Yeah. First of all, I'm well educated in terms of this issue. I've been to Israel myself. Yeah. I've seen a number of things for myself, you see. Okay. So the most important thing is to not allow the media to mislead you. It's always allow yourself to do your own research.
You hate us, eh?
You can't put it that way.
Okay.
Look, for example, why do we have issues all the time when people want to visit Israel, maybe to do their own fact-finding missions, you understand? Yes. They always, people say, no, shouldn't go there, all those things. Why people are doing that? Another thing is that I took it upon myself to do analysis, understand, to make sure that I research on this issue. I looked at both sides of the story. Okay. I read books written by Surya Dadu, I read books written by Alan Dershowitz, and a number of authors. You see, I've realized that the only thing that we are missing is to come up with a better solution, and the solution that we need, obviously, is peace.
We'll talk about peace now. Let me take Eunice. Eunice, you've been gone for so long.
Budimba, as usual, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for the call.
I'm well, thanks, Budimba. Thank you for giving me this time.
You're welcome, my dear.
Yes, the issue about Palestine and Israel.
Yes.
From what we learned in the Bible, in the Old Testament, it started when Goliath just stood up and went and started to quarrel with the Israelites, trying to conquer their territory. So that can only be defined prophetically, but you can see there was a spirit of war from long time, but because we don't know certain things, we just get this revelation that the Palestinians stood up and supported Goliath and wanted to conquer Israel for no reason. Now, at the end of it all, when God gave victory to David and defended the Israelites, the bottom line is the Israelites didn't start it. Now, in this generation, for us to start and handle these issues we started long ago, is going to cause a delay. But what I want to address that lady from Ethiopia is, we've got most of their people scattered everywhere, including South Africa. And people still don't understand that they are the people of the Bible from the origins. Some, they name them Pakistan or Somali, so they are mixed a lot. Yes. They must get themselves organized and get united and stand together than to scatter like the way they are doing now. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Eunice. There, I want you to just respond quickly to that tweet that we have here before we close. If we could just have it once more for the last time, though. But there it is. You did not answer the call why Israeli Jews are Caucasian and not Semitic like Middle Eastern people, if indeed they are originally from the Middle East.
As you see, I'm Jewish and I'm not Caucasian. There's a lot like me. There are Moroccan Jews, there's Indian Jews, there's Ashkenazi Jews. Jews come from different colors of the map. No matter where you are, it's about Judaism. It's not about color. Okay. And you would see that. And I believe it's one of the things that people don't understand about Judaism. Yeah. Judaism is in every single color.
Okay. Class, what should South African young people know as we talk about the peaceful resolution for the Middle East or for Palestine and Israel?
Good. South African youth should know that we shouldn't be taking the views preached by BDS, boycott, divestment, and sanctions, because what they do is to make people feel uncomfortable. For example, they lead things like IAW. If you go to campuses during IAW, people are very uncomfortable at the time, understand? And that's not going to assist. Another thing you should realize that when you read things that are preached by BDS, they're not preaching any solution, because they'll be preaching like from river to sea. That means if they're preaching that, it means they're going to get rid of all the Jews from Israel. What's going to happen to the Jews in Israel? Understand?
Unfortunately, we've run out of time, and as usual, this topic always generates a lot of interest, but let's talk about it even on Twitter. That's fine. Thank you very much. That was Question Time for today. A big thank you to my guest. You have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.